Have you ever met someone who seems unshakable? They're the ones who stay calm in a crisis, who never complain, and who seem to handle everything life throws at them completely on their own. We admire them. We call them emotionally strong. But if you look closer, behind that incredible strength, there is often something else, a profound, quiet emptiness. And psychology has a fascinating explanation for why this happens. Emotional strength is one of the most misunderstood traits. We often see it as a sign of confidence, of unwavering self-belief. But sometimes it's not about thriving. It's about surviving. Today, we're going to explore the hidden side of strength, the reason why the most resilient people you know might also be the ones who feel the most empty inside. This is Hidden Psychology, where we uncover the truths that lie just beneath the surface. For many emotionally strong people, their strength wasn't a choice. It was a necessity. Think back to childhood. For some, growing up meant learning very early on that showing emotion was not safe. Crying might have been met with dismissal. Fear might have been seen as a weakness. Expressing needs might have led to disappointment or even punishment. So, they adapted. They learned to be composed, to be independent, to be unbreakable. Strength became a shield, a protective wall they built around themselves to navigate a world that felt unsafe. They became the calm in the storm because they had to be their own anchor. This self-reliance wasn't born from a desire to be a hero. It was born from the realization that no one else was coming to save them. They learned that the only person they could truly count on was themselves. Over time, this defense mechanism becomes so ingrained that it forms the core of their identity. They are the strong one, the reliable one, the one who never breaks. And while this identity protects them from external chaos, it also begins to lock them away from their own inner world. To maintain this image of unbreakable strength, they had to learn a difficult skill: how to disconnect from their own feelings. Any emotion that threatened their comprehensiveness, fear, vulnerability, was pushed down, ignored, or rationalized away. Psychology calls this emotional numbing or suppression. It's like turning down the volume on your feelings so you can keep functioning. In the short term, this works brilliantly. It allows them to get through incredibly difficult situations without falling apart. But there's a cost. When you consistently numb yourself to so-called negative emotions, you don't get to pick and choose. You can't selectively turn off sadness and fear while leaving joy and excitement on full blast. Over time, the switch gets stuck in the off position. The vibrant colors of emotional life start to fade into shades of gray. The result isn't necessarily pain or sadness. It's a void, an emptiness, a feeling of being detached from your own life, like you're watching a movie instead of living it. They might achieve great things and have people around them, but the feeling of true, heartfelt joy becomes distant and unfamiliar. Emptiness becomes the silent price of their strength. This brings us to another paradox. Emotionally strong people often feel deeply alone, even when surrounded by others. They rarely, if ever, ask for help. It's not because they're arrogant or believe they don't need it. Deep down, they often crave support. The reason they don't ask is because they've learned from experience that their burdens are too heavy for others to carry. Or worse, that no one will truly understand. They've tried opening up in the past, only to be met with platitudes like "you're so strong. You'll get through this," which only reinforces their isolation. They feel like their problems are their own to solve. So, they carry everything silently, putting on a brave face for the world. But silence, maintained over months and years, creates a profound sense of isolation. They become an island. People see the strong, capable exterior and assume everything is fine. They don't see the silent struggle happening just beneath the surface. This creates a lonely cycle. The stronger they appear, the less people check on them, and the more isolated they become. And that's the true cost of always being the strong one. There's a hidden, unwritten rule. If you are the rock for everyone else, you don't get to crumble. They become the default support system for their friends, family, and colleagues. Everyone turns to them for advice, for comfort, for stability. They are the listeners, the problem solvers, the emotional pillars. But who checks on the pillar? Who asks the strong one if they're okay? Very few. People see them as so stable, so reliable, so perpetually fine, that it doesn't even occur to them that they might need support too. They are praised for their resilience, but that praise can feel like a cage. It reinforces the idea that their own needs don't matter as much. They give and give, but their own emotional well is slowly running dry. They're expected to absorb everyone else's pain while showing none of their own. This constant output without any input is emotionally draining, and it deepens that feeling of emptiness we talked about earlier. They are seen as superhuman, but they are just human, with the same needs for care and connection as anyone else. So, what is the way back? How can someone who has built their entire identity on being strong start to feel again without feeling like they're falling apart? The answer isn't to abandon strength, it's to redefine it. Emotional strength should not mean emotional absence. True, authentic strength is the ability to allow yourself to feel your emotions, all of them, without letting them control you. It's about having the courage to be vulnerable. It's recognizing that needing help is not a weakness, but a fundamental part of the human experience. The journey back to feeling starts small. It might be acknowledging a moment of sadness instead of pushing it away. It might be sharing a small worry with a trusted friend. It's about slowly dismantling the wall, brick by brick, and letting light and connection back in. Connection, real connection, only begins when strength and vulnerability are allowed to exist together. True strength isn't about never needing anyone. It's about being strong enough to admit when you do. If you are one of these people, someone who feels a quiet emptiness despite being the strongest person you know, I want you to hear this. There is nothing wrong with you. That emptiness is not a sign of failure. It is a sign that you survived. It is the echo of battles you fought and won, often alone. Your strength got you here, but now it's time to let your humanity guide you the rest of the way. Thank you for joining us on Hidden Psychology. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more insights into the human mind.